we discussed something called as the real number line, isn't it? So we basically plot all the real numbers on this line and we call it the real number line. Okay. Now what we do is we take one more real number line, mutually perpendicular to the first. Okay. And what we generate right now, it is simply called as the Cartesian coordinate system. Okay. Now let's understand the advantage of doing this. Okay. Guys, when we have a plain real number line, we can only move across the horizontal direction, right? मतलब अगर हमने स्टार्ट किया ये इस पॉइंट से स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट से ओके व्हिच वी टुक एज 0 एवरी टाइम ओके वी कुड ट्रैवल ओनली लाइक नंबर ऑफ स्टेप्स टुवर्ड्स द राइट और द लेफ्ट ओके but now with the help of this perpendicular line okay which is perpendicular about the real number line which we drew okay we can also walk up and we can also walk down okay that is the advantage of this Cartesian coordinate system okay it is also called as a system of the y-axis and the x-axis okay so the horizontal direction it is called as the x-axis and the vertical direction is called as the y-axis x-axis का एक और नाम basically abscissa भी है and y-axis is it's also called as the ordinate okay so many a times basically x and y are referred to as abscissa or the ordinate okay don't confuse with the wording here okay the sense remains the same okay we'll go on further now as you can see the coordinate system is being divided into four parts right or four sections the very first section it is called as the first quadrant as I have shown here we have the second quadrant okay we have the third quadrant and we have the fourth quadrant and the fourth quadrant now the speciality of these quadrants are in the first quadrant both x and y are positive okay as you can see x is positive here y is also positive that is the first quadrant right in the second quadrant guys x becomes negative see x all points in x all points on the like x-axis are negative and all the points on the y-axis are positive so the first quadrant is both positive the second quadrant is x negative and y positive the third quadrant has x and y both negative see here both are negative x and y both are negative and guys the fourth quadrant has only x-axis positive and y-axis negative so positive and negative right now what we'll do is we'll try to locate certain points okay on this coordinate axis okay and the way we do it I'll just give you a hint let's try to plot the very first point p okay p के साथ में लिखा है 4,3 now guys what does this p 4,3 mean this tells us that there is a point p जिसका distance across the horizontal line is 4 units and across the vertical line is 3 so guys across the horizontal line 4 units ये होगा across the vertical line 3 units here hoga so this is where okay the point p will be located right okay so point p having vertical distance 3 units and horizontal distance 4 units okay this is the location of point p okay this information here 4,3 okay this information it's called as the coordinates of the point p okay so whenever we are being given the coordinates of any point remember these are used to locate the point on the coordinate axis okay the next point we will locate is q minus 4 and minus 3 so x coordinate is minus 3 and y coordinate sorry minus 4 and y coordinate is minus 3 so you'll have the point somewhere over here right and that's the point q right x ka distance is minus 4 y ka distance is minus 3 you have the point q right going on further let's talk about point r has x coordinate minus 2 and y coordinate minus 6 right so x mein minus 2 jayenge right like this here and y mein minus 6 jayenge so somewhere over here right this is where you will have point r right let's talk about point s has x coordinate 2 positive and there's a y coordinate which is minus 3 right so 2 and minus 3 s will be located here right and the last point is o 0,0 it is the starting it is the origin this is where you have o okay I hope you've understood the basics the very basics behind coordinate geometry we will take this slowly and steadily further but I want you to be really clear about the basics right now what coordinates are abscissa kya hai ordinate kya hai what is the Cartesian coordinate system what are the coordinates how to locate a point if you are still not very much clear about this I would request that you revisit this part once again and try to get clarity